Hello, good evening, financial modelers. Yesterday we had this serious problem with the network, so we had to abandon this class. So I thought I should record everything and have it on YouTube for you to follow through. So last time we met, we created a model. Let me just put this somewhere here. We created a full model. And the consolidated profit that we got then was 109,000. So let's look at what the question demands. Okay, construct a model in Microsoft Excel using both Absolute. So the second question we'll be dealing is on using the GOSIC. We're told conduct sensitivity analysis on the model that shows the following. Using the GOSIC, help Mr. Ngozi to determine the break-even point of his farm. Okay. So we'll just copy what we have here, this whole model. We say move, press on move or copy, press on move to end, create a copy. You can name this BIP, which is break-even point, dash GOSIC. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just create about 2 rows here. We had done this, if you remember, last evening, though the internet wasn't that strong. So I'll just copy this part, take it this side, and have it here. So we are saying the farm size is 100 acres. Currently, Mr. Ngozi is actually utilizing the whole 100 acres, meaning the utilization percentage is 100%. That is farm utilization divided by the farm size. But then now we'll have to name this farm utilization cell on the 100 acres. We can actually name it farm dash utilization. Yes. So this is farm utilization. Here, guys, we have the farm mix. So we have on the farm mix where we are multiplying the percentage mix, which is this, times the 100-acre space. But then what we are saying is here we'll not connect it to the farm, we'll connect it to farm utilization. So we'll have this, which we are going to say farm utilization, enter. Even this side, we are going to edit this to farm utilization so that it hits on this. Otherwise, if you leave it as is, it is actually going to affect. It's going to affect this number. It's going to affect this number and affect the model, the first one that we created. So we don't want to disturb that. So we've come up with independent numbers just on this worksheet. Now that we have these numbers, we can perform a GOSIC. I usually don't like using the mouse and all that. I always want shortcuts. And you as pros, you need to learn on how to use shortcuts. So we press in J29 where we have the profits, then Alt A, it takes us to what if analysis. We go to G, which is GOSIC. I repeat, let me do it slowly. It's Alt A, then it takes us to where the W is, press W, then press T, like that. But this is not what we want. We want a GOSIC. I don't know why I'm going to the tables. Alt A, W, then G, like this. So we are setting this cell. We want this cell to go to 0 because the whole farm, we're trying to find what is the number of units or the number of acres that Mr. Ngozo needs to utilize for him to have a 0 profit. Break-even point is just a point where an organization or a business, in this case Mr. Ngozo's farm, is neither making a profit nor a loss. By changing which cell? By changing the farm utilization cell here. The rules in GOSIC, when you're performing a GOSIC, you need to make sure that the cell where you're actually changing, in this case this cell, has no formula. It is hard-coded. The moment there's a formula, it is not going to give you the results. It's just going to refuse. It is just going to reject that request. So you press OK. Boom. So you have a 0 here. That is how you do it. This is how you should do it. Another option, if you wanted, you could first aim to get a 0 there, then go to here, get a 0. Use your GOSIC, it gives you a 0. Then you come here again, you use another GOSIC, it gives you a 0. You still get it, I think. Let's try. So the utilization will be 14.9. Let's try, guys. Let's try. This is option 2. So on option 2, I'll start with this, with corn. Pick the GOSIC. Say I want it to be 0. By changing what? I'll go up here. I guess it's gonna refuse. I think it's gonna refuse. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I think it's going to refuse because it's gonna affect the soya beans the other side. It's gonna refuse. Trust me, it's going to refuse. So we have something like this. So if it's gonna give us a 0, he is going to give us a negative, I'm sure. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. So say press. Okay. Okay. We have a 0 here. Let's try the other side. I think it's gonna refuse, guys, meaning we only have one option. I'll come here and say data, what if, GOSIC to 0. Because all these numbers are connected. So I don't think it's gonna give us what we want. Come here and say boom. It has refused because the other side is giving you numbers, the other side it has remained 0. You have seen? So the only thing is the first method that we try to use. So say not AWG 0, so that it takes us to a farm utilization of 14 point something percent, about 15%. 0. Yeah. Press OK. Takes us back to this 14.88 acres. So it gives us the other side a positive, the other side a negative, and 0. So you are done with the 5 marks. Now we go to another 5 marks, guys. We are told using the goal seek, help Mr. Ngozo to decide if at any point is needed to simple concentrate on one crop which would provide the best return on investment. Oh. So again here, guys, let's pick this new model, or we pick this model, which we're going to copy the other side, because we've already put the computations already. It's fine, it's easier like that. So say move to end and create a copy. So here we'll say profit maximization. I can even remove this gossip thing, it doesn't matter. Maximization. Profit maximization. That is what we want to do. So we'll restate these on farm utilization to 100. Let's move at the same stage, guys. So we have restated our profits as our original to what we had gotten in our original model. But then we are told that if, for example, Mr. Ngozo concentrates on corn or concentrates on soybeans, which of the two is he going to maximize his profits? If there is a bottleneck, the way you would actually rank the one that gives you a higher profit maximization is the one that has a higher contribution per unit, per limiting factor. In this case, I don't know if there's any limiting factor which we can use because all these are variables, right? So we haven't been given any limiting factor as in this case. So we'll go for the crop that gives us a higher contribution per unit. So again, we'll add some few cells down, which is Control Shift plus like this. So here we'll show corn and we'll show soybeans. So look at contribution per unit. Right? Okay. I have it. So we have sales and we have the contribution per unit. In this case, it's just the profit because all these are variables. So say under corn to be equals sales, we'll do like this. Now contribution, we'll pick our profit down here, which is basically contribution, guys. At least everything in here is a variable. So we'll say that divided by the number of units. In this case, the number of units we're actually looking at here, the bushels, 57 bushels. So we have this. Okay. Oh, giving us a div. Sorry. So say again here we pick our profit, which is that divided by the number of bushels. The number of bushels, which is that. Okay. So you get your contribution per unit. Remember, if imagine there were 4 or 5 products, and because it's a model, you can still put in your rank thing here. You rank the one that you're going to start with. So say equals rank, because it's a model, guys, equals rank. We pick this against the range, which is that. So what it means now, the one that we're going to pick is soybeans. From this, then we can now use our gossip, since we know that it's soybeans that we are going to pick, because soybeans is giving us a higher contribution per unit. So what does the question say? So the question says, using the gossip, help Mr. Nguzu to decide if at any point it's needed to simply concentrate on one crop which would provide the best return on investment. Okay. So on this one, it's going to be slightly tricky using the gossip, because you see what it does is that it is showing the 100 acres here, which is fine. But then it's showing the 100 acres, which is fine. We still maintain, then which variable do we change to 0? This is what we're going to do. So the variable that we're going to change to 0, guys, will be the yield, this. So we'll bring in this particular area here. So we'll do this. And this question, to be honest, it doesn't even require a gossip operation, because it's to change the other component, which is your yield, change it to 0 here, right? So since we have found that it's corn, it's soybeans. So we'll pick this here on the growing mix, copy, under profit maximization. Looks very untight, sorry. So here we'll say equals 1 minus the soybeans, like that, so that we make sure that this element that we have here is hard coded, because that's the one that we're going to use to perform gossip. First, we can now try and show which product, which crop to grow. So I can come here. Let's do it together. I can come here and say which crop must or should Mr. Nguzo which crop should Mr. Nguzo plant or grow? Maybe we say grow. Sounds. So we'll create answer here. I'll just do like this, guys. Change it. So in this, we'll say equals say equals index. We'll pick these two, comma, match 1, comma, because we want to find the number 1 there. Oh, sorry. I need to put a 0. Soybeans. So we have put a formula because as a model, any model, we need to make sure that the algorithms are all done correctly. The formulas have been set. And all the logic has been documented in the model. Okay. So we know that is soybeans that we have to grow. And this is why I've made this soybeans as a standalone, a hard-coded one. Like I was saying, there is absolutely no need. So we are going to name this. We'll say, we'll come here, we'll say corn yield mix, then soya mix. Right? So we'll change this here. On the Y corn, we'll have C mix. Oh, not on the yield. Should be the corn area. Let me see, what was it named here? Okay, corn area. Sorry. So the corn area here is going to change to C mix. Then this one here, soya, is also going to change to S mix like this. Right? We could simply, like I was saying, there's literally no need to do a caustic. We could simply bring this to 0. We could simply do that. So here I need to put in an if error. If error, guys, comma, you see where it is, 0. Just do that. Then here as well on the right, if error dash 0. Sorry. Then here it says if error. Since we know that it's soya which we will give her or get, we'll say error we put type 1. So like I said, we could do simply without using Gothic, we could simply do this. Okay, it's okay. We could simply do that. Okay. But then the question demands that we should use we should use Gothic. So we're going to use Gothic, but it doesn't add up. So say out A, oh sorry, out A W G. So we go to the Gothic. You see, we have set this. We have to set con. Yeah, we want it to go to 0 by changing which number? By changing this number here. So press. So we are told must contain a number. So we'll do this because this is in a percentage form. So we'll remove these percentages. You can take this. Sorry, we can leave them as is. Sorry, this is what we should have. This is 60 here, sorry. Should be 1 minus. It's the con that needs to be changed to 0. So it's the con that should be hard coded. Let's give it a try again. So we're saying we're changing F11 to which? To 0. So how we're going to do it, guys? Pick this. These are factors. We'll do that. We'll come here, guys, and say we have a 60 and we have 100 minus 60, like this. Equals 100 minus 60. Then we'll do like that, guys. Press this. Inverted comma again. Press OK. So we have this, but there. We'll say divide by 100 divided by 100 here. Now we can perform our trick. So we have the form mix, which, like I said, this question did not need any Gothic. To which value we're saying to 0 by changing which? By changing the con here, and we press OK. So once we have these numbers, sorry, okay. So what we are going to do, guys, just that the other part of these variables, they are connected to the variable that the assumptions, the initial assumptions that we made the first time that we did it. But these assumptions, they are meant for this. So we are going to do it crookedly. Let's delete this part. Let's just delete it. We'll say press on assumptions, hold control, and press on the model. Control and press on the model like this. Then go back to assumptions. You have seen the model has changed to white, the tab. Then go to assumptions, right click, and go to move or copy. Create a copy. We move them down here. Move to end and press OK. Don't worry, just keep on clicking. So this one we're going to call it assumptions forward. No, profit maximization. Good. Then this model, we're going to call it profit maximization. Right? So we have these two. Okay. Now we can change this part because we found that we are the con. Okay. So we'll say equals to 1 minus 60% there. Okay. Then we come here. Okay, we have these, which we can now connect nicely. These ones here, we can just do like this. We can call this 60. Sorry. So call this 60. And this one will put it as 40. Like that. So we have these two. So 60 and 40. On the assumptions under profit maximization. So move from here. We can now name this as inverted comma times inverted comma, like that. We'll have this, but we know the numbers haven't changed this side. So this is going to be called mix. Whereas this one here is going to be called soya mix. Then this is going to be equals 100 minus the 60 soya mix. Then on the variables, so this is going to be, instead of having the farm this side, we will call this farm 2. just to connect it to that line there. So here we'll have farm 2. Enter. Here you have farm 2. Enter. Right. Then the corn area, we have coded what here? Let's check what we've coded. Corn mix. So go here and change this to mix. Enter. Divide by 100. Come here, call it as well. So yeah, mix. Divide by 100, I guess. So on the yield, I have no problem. But again, we can still come here and change, since we want everything to be connected to this. Where is the yield? I guess this is the same thing we have here. Let's just check on top. Y con, so call Y2 con. Y2 con. Then Y2 soya. So we can come here, guys, and change this. Enter. Come here, change also Y2 corn or Y2 soya. Delete this part. We're trying to connect everything the other side. Then here on land gen hours, we have to check what are those general hours. Which one was named general hours? These on 23 was named gen hours. So come here on 23 also name this general 2 hours. And the other side we'll say general 2 hours. So pick this. You can delete this other part. Enter. And there as well. We'll call it gen 2 hours. And enter. Here is showing soya hours and corn hours. Let's check in our original assumptions what we did. We have corn hours and soya hours, 24 and 25. 24 and 25. So we are saying this would be corn 2 hours. And this is going to be soya dash or soya 2 dash hours. Okay, so get back here. We have the corn hours, which we have said is corn 2 hours. Enter. This side, again, we delete this part, is soya 2 hours. Okay. We have anything down here. We have the labor rate. So come here, we'll change this labor rate, name it as labor to rate. Okay, so this is going to be labor 2, right? Like this. Same here, guys. We'll say labor 2, right? Okay. Then we go to what we're calling a sitcon, 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 and soyacon. Okay, these are been nicely. We come to seed. So this one will be seed 2 dash con. Enter. This one will be seed 2 dash soya. Enter. So get back this side. Follow the rules. This will be seed 2 con. Enter. The figures are not supposed to change. Seed 2 dash soya. Enter. Here now we have the fertilizer, number of bags, fertilizer, bags, times the cost. So we go down here, should be or quality bags dash fertilizer, fertin. Then here we say cost dash fertilizer, fet. We have changed it a bit. So come back here. Yeah, this corn area, which we change, this corn area. I think we are calling to what? What was called corn area? Area, corn area. Down here, what are we calling it, guys? Mix, corn mix, soya mix. So here, we'll change, we'll have bags, fet, times corn mix, times cost fertilizer, cost fet, like this. Divide by, divide by 100. And here should be bags, fet, times soya mix, times cost fet. Again here, say divide by 100. So now we have successfully converted all the numbers that we wanted to convert. Not really converting, but linking all these numbers to assumptions under profit maximization. So we'll have a little bit of assumptions on contribution per unit. Do like this. So we'll show here, we'll show corn, we can show it there. Corn, then you can show soya. So we'll go to contribution per unit. So under contribution per unit, guys, we'll go down. we can use the normal model to pick the numbers, contribution per unit. So I'll go this side, and then the normal thing, which will be the profit here, which is basically contribution because there are no fixed costs, divided by the number of bushels that we are selling. Then here again, we go to the normal model. We pick the contribution divided by the number of units. So clearly it shows that it's more profitable to so rank the one that we're going to pick. So say equals rank EQ that divided by number there. Take this, have, so we know that we'll go for soya. Go for the one, highlight the one that's equal to 1. Okay. So we'll pick solar in this case. Soya, so what does it mean? It means this on the farm mix, it should be 0. That is what it means. So if we put this as 0 like this, for example, all these numbers here, okay, all these numbers, there, it should have even gone to give us. So here we're actually going to put an if, because it's bags times the corn times the cost. So we need to connect this so that it is connected to how do we do it? So that this number here gives us 0. So we have to find ways of connecting this or putting a formula. So I'll do this. We'll put in a formula here, guys, so that it takes us to 0 as a variable. So say if equals this number here equals to 0, give us 0, comma, otherwise give us these numbers or something. Let me open. What have I done? Sorry. So say if this number here equals to 0, it should come here. Let's start. If cut then 10, if that number there equals to 0, it equals to 0, give us 0. Otherwise, give us that number. We'll do the same thing here, anything that is connected to that. So say anything that's connected to fertilizer, if, then we do like this, cut, bring it here. So we are saying if this number here equals to 0, if it is true, give us 0. otherwise give us that number. Okay, such that when we run a seek on this, if I do like this, all these numbers should give me 0, and it should give me the other thing this side. But on the soya, check where it is coming on soya mix. So we'll not change here, we'll go and change the other side. Yes, yes. So we'll come here, we have this number. Thank you. So now we'll start. We'll say this number here needs to be 0. This whole number there. So how are we going to do it? We'll say data what if seek. So we'll change this to 0. By changing which number, guys, we'll come to the assumptions and change the corner area here. Hope it works. So it shows that if Mr. Ngozu was concentrated on soybeans, his profit is going to jump from 109, yeah, from 109 to 135. You get it? So we can now look at the other. I can save this first. Help me to save it. What is the other question saying? It says, using a two-variable data table, help Mr. Ngozu determine the best proportion combination that will allow him to get the best return on his investment. So, ideally, we know that we're going to use soya. So, we'll copy, we'll come here, guys, and do the data table. The data table, we can have it here. Okay, let's just do this and quit data table. Two variable, two variable, 2v data table. We'll remove the grid lines. So this is on soybeans. Doesn't look nice. I have to get this. Copy. Two variable. Come here. So we'll say soybeans. Sensitivity. Okay. So the first thing, guys, we'll have to do, it doesn't matter, we can come up even with the abstract figures, but first we'll need to know what is the price for the soya, how many are the units, and what is a total revenue. Total revenue. So the price, since we don't want to use the contribution, the unit, we are using the price. So we know the price is how much? get it from the main thing, price for soybeans, guys. The price for soybeans is 60. No, this is the yield. Soybeans is 55. Units, we had already computed the units. I can still get it from the model, which is how many bushels for soybeans? 2,400 bushels. Okay. Right. If we look at this, what is the return? It's not the revenue. Is return is basically the profit here, and we got the contribution per unit, which is 22.57. If we want, we can use the contribution per unit. That shows the margin. But for now, let's use the selling price. Right? So here, if we want now, we can say we are looking at the price. So the total revenue is 55 times 2,400, like this. Right? So here on the first part, we'll actually look at the units. Down there, we can look at the price. But the first thing that we do, we'll come here, get this number, just plug it there. Then look at the price. We can say all the quantities. We can say we have 2,400. Let me check. When we did the profit maximization, we went up to how many bushels? 6,000. So we can start increasing this by 600. So we have the price. That's what I want to pick, guys. Okay. Then this side, we are saying suppose the price is 50 kwacha. Suppose it is plus 5. 55 as it is. These are sensitivities. We go up down here. Up to 85. Right? Then now, this is how the two-way data table works. So highlight. Then we say out A W T, since we're picking the data table. T representing the table. If it's basic, the shortcut will be G, WG. So then we go to the raw input. You see these are the quantities. These quantities, they are in rows. So we'll pick the quantities here like that. We'll come to the column index. This is a column, and this is where we have the price, and we'll pick it like that. Right. Then we'll move on, guys, and do boom. Now we have these numbers. These represents revenues. We'll do another one to just show you. So these guys, they represent revenues. Now, with these revenues, if we check, I can do like this, guys, and say home, conditional formatting, highlight anything that is, oh, sorry, oh, sorry, okay. So we'll say formula, go to, sorry, I had to, so go to home, conditional formatting, highlight, equal to, now come this side, guys, to profit maximization, equal to, where are my cells? My cells are here. Is it? This is where I have my cells. Then I say equal sign. So you can see already that this is where we have our profits. But I'll not end here. I can come up, this is one on the data table. So I'll say on revenue. Okay. Then I can do another sensitivity, guys. Here, I can look at the contribution per unit. This is method one on revenue. Then I'll look at on profit. So on profit, I'll do like this. I'll say profit maximization. I'll come up with a contribution per unit. Interesting stuff, guys. Contribution per unit equals, I'll go to profit maximization where I've already computed my contribution per unit, which is this. Then here now, I'll look at the units. I can still pick this and 2,400 just to wow your bushels, which is 3,400. Because it's soya, pick that. Coach Kata guys is trying to make you great in this thing. Then, meaning that your profit is this, that times the 2,400. This is your profit. So I'll pick this whole thing, guys. I'll do like this. Copy. I'll have another table here. So this table was quality data table. Profit. Maximization. Okay. So on this, I'll delete all these things here. Hello, sorry, I was getting a bit distracted, guys. The phone calls and the like. So here first we put in the units. These are actually units or bushels. which was sold. This is the same thing that we do here. We put it there. This we pick from here. Then we have the, here, this will be your contribution. And just do this. Control 1, an alignment, image cells, and we do like this, giving us contribution. Contribution. Grow it a bit. Okay. Yeah. This is price. Image text. So this is price. This. So we'll make sure here, okay, then just gray it out a bit. Same here. This contribution. These are sensitivities, guys, that we're doing. So we'll pick this contribution per unit. Don't just link it, it's not gonna work. You paste it special like this. Then now we said you have these profit for contribution. Then we do like this. Boom. From here, out AWT, which is for the rows. These are the quantities which are in the form. So we pick this. The column input cell, we pick that and press boom. Then now we can format this component by going to home, conditional formatting, equal to, you come to the profit maximization, guys. Oh, we are on profit maximization, sorry. Pick amount there, do equals. So you can see at 22.57, that is where we maximize. Okay, is it all right? So ideally we are done up to C. Then tomorrow we can look at the best case and all these other things on part D. So this is basically what we do on sensitivities using the data table. It's a very important a topic that you have to spend a bit of some time to learn and just to appreciate in the corporate world. Mostly when we're developing models, we always put in these sensitivities and we use the data tables. But what we have done here, sorry. So what we have done here, guys, these, they do not matter. Even if I remove them like this, the amount remains as is. It is connected to the numbers that are in there. The numbers remain as is. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that. I just wanted to show you that you can remove those numbers at that particular time. They don't mean anything at all. Thank you so much, and bye bye.